Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Modded Factorio. So, I brought you back kind of an interesting time. It's been a little while since I'd last did a recording session, and the factory has some issues. It has some issues. Its most significant, by far, issue is power. We are, as you can see, at about 60%, depending on how and when the robots are getting power, somewhere between 50 and 60% satisfaction on power. I really don't want to build more power plants for a couple of different reasons. First of all, I'm on the edge of starting up major solar power, so I don't want to build any more of these because they're just going to get replaced, hopefully. I don't want to create any more pollution. The biters are already kind of going crazy. I've stemmed the tide for the moment, but they've had bases all the way in through here. And yeah, it's getting ugly. So I don't want to do that. And also, we're running low on coal, and it doesn't look like it based on what's going on here, but we are. In fact, carbon production is suffering, which is leading to a shortage of basic electronic boards. So that's the bad news. The good news is that solar power production is well on its way. So here, I'll just stop and show you a couple of things. I don't think you guys have seen this yet. This is the lithium battery producing section. So if you guys recall, I went out and built that thermal water station, and this is the result of that. So the thermal water gets brought in from the station, gets shipped over here by train, then dumped in storage tanks and piped over to these. So this is I spent probably way too much time figuring out the correct ratios for these, but basically what I concluded is that about 3/4 of the what is this? Lithium chloride production. Why this is full because all of this is going on the outside apparently. So I need to change this to go on the inside, and it will start. Interesting. All right, so just looking at this, it looks like I'm a little bit heavy on this side of the production. Trying to balance these two is by far the most difficult thing. And looking at it up here, it looks like the problem isn't with the balancing so much as that there is just not enough. So these can each support, they can't quite support two of these. They can support like 1.5 of them. And it looks like there's just not enough of these to use up all of this. So maybe I'll go ahead and just really quickly throw down. Let's see, and these are electrochemical furnaces, which I have a couple of. I'm going to have to move this requester chest up to here. I'm not sure if we're still out of these, but I'll go ahead and make some more myself just in case. And okay, thank you. So I want to put that up there, and then we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to put it all in here. So this is the cobalt oxide. You remember we did that? I did that fancy copper production with the cobalt oxide a while back. Well, this is why I did that. You pick up there, you're going to drop there, and you want to offset on the inside. because we need this cobalt oxide to make these batteries. So we'll see if that helps. This process, the problem is that this process is really slow. Oh, I forgot to do input. Has to be there. There we go. All right, now it's working. Anyway, so this is the lithium battery production. The lithia gets turned into lithium chloride. Most of the lithium chloride goes down here to get turned into lithium perchlorate using lithium chloride electrolysis, because we need 2 of those for every lithium, one of these lithium batteries. But the problem is that the other one goes up here to get mixed up with the cobalt oxide to get turned into lithium cobalt oxide. The problem is that this takes a really long time. So even though it looks like we're more focused on this, we actually have way more production up here because this happens very fast and this happens very slowly. So I have, of the lithia water that's getting created, you could see 2/3 of it is going in here. Only 1/3 is going up here. And of that 1/3, only half of it is actually going up here to this side. But so actually 1/6 of my total lithia production is up here. But that's roughly the correct ratio in terms of keeping these things going. As you can see, now that I've balanced this out a little bit more, I suspect we might not have quite enough lithium chloride going up this way now to meet this demand, but you can see it's the balancing is really tricky. Anyway, the upshot of this is we're making these I put in there because some gun turrets got destroyed fighting biters, and it was complaining at me, and this was the nearest passive provider chest that I could find. Anyway, so you can see the upshot is we're making lithium-ion batteries over here at a fairly substantial rate. We got more than 1 but less than 2 factories going on it. All right, so that's the first half of the good news. The second half of the good news is I finished silver and went ahead and built, as I head over here, I went ahead and built an area to produce. So this is the robot construction area. It's actually shut down at the moment because all of the batteries are being redirected in here because I really want to get power going. And in fact, looking at it, I think we could actually support more battery production. And right now we're way ahead on solar panels and way behind on accumulators. And the batteries are what's slowing down the accumulators. So let's go ahead and extend this up. Extend that down. These over. Oh, these are chemical plants, not electrolyzers. Whoops. Okay. Type in the sulfuric acid. Set up the offset. Alright, so we had a lead shortage for a really long time. So I went and started mining that nearby rubite deposit, and that took care of that. So now we're making a few more batteries. And all of the batteries are currently getting routed in here. In fact, I'm going to take some more of these. Oh, no, I won't. I want at least a few reserve batteries. We still only have enough batteries to keep a few of these going at a time. How many accumulators are we up to? We're up to 339. So we're getting there. Accumulators, and we're up to 663 solar panels. So here you can see I'm making the Mark II small solar panels and the Mark II high capacity accumulators. For those of you who are familiar with Bob's Mods, you can see the lithium-ion batteries are being delivered over here by the robots, and then they're being funneled into here to help out with that. Looks like battery production is keeping up with this. You can see that the inserters are low on power, so they're not picking stuff up as fast as they should be. Solar panel production is currently stalled because we don't have enough carbon. We don't have enough carbon because we don't have enough coal. And also we could probably just use some more carbon in general. Yeah, you can see none of these are working. So we need more power is the upshot of it. All right, but I think I'm ready. Oh, and the last thing that I'm making for my eventual solar power plant are substations, which I did a real jury rig thing down here. These get made really fast, so I only have one factory working on them. There's substations Mark 1 and substation Mark 2, and you can see I kind of jury rigged it together to work, but it does work. So I'm gonna get mostly I'm gonna have my construction robots do this for me, but I'm gonna get grab a few accumulators. Where did they just go? There they are. I think I'll put them down here. A few accumulators. A few of these solar panels. And a few of these substations. Alright, and then... So, where are we going to put these? I'm thinking I'm going to put them down here. This is probably my safest area that's protected by the wall down here and the wall over here that doesn't really have any resources to speak of. It's relatively close to my base, so getting power there shouldn't be a problem, and there's a lot of space here. Admittedly, a lot of the space is occupied by trees, but now that we have robots, construction robots who can deconstruct for us, getting rid of trees shouldn't be that big of a deal. So we're going to get in the car. And we're going to head down here. So I developed my solar panel layout ratio scheme in a previous playthrough, and I went back and looked at it so that I can make sure, because it's a little bit complicated. Not super complicated, but a little bit complicated and kind of intricate. And I wanted to make sure I got it right. So we don't want to, let's see. We are going to have to, might need one or two more of those. And I can't build one because I'm short on RoboPort charging pads. Which means I'm short on what? Probably tin copper wire. RoboPort charging pads. Oh, batteries. Figures. Put all my batteries away. Alright, let's go up and grab another stack of batteries out of the chest, and then we'll build a couple more RoboPort Mark IIs. Batteries are right here. That's one. Now I'm short on RoboPort antenna arrays. Probably, yeah, short on tin copper wire. Hopefully the robots will repair that while it's just sitting there. And I'm going to go up and grab some tin copper wire off of this belt. Don't need to pick up the plastic. So, alright, there's 3 more. Okay, that should be enough for now. And yes, they did indeed repair it. I'll let them refill me on electronic circuit boards and iron and steel. And more steel. And still more steel. And still more steel. And I think that little last piece was a little piece of aluminum. Okay, let's go start setting up the solar power. We probably won't have enough to build one complete grid, but we'll be close. Away. So let's see. I obviously can't build it here. It's too close to the bus. But if I put one here, and then we went further south, I think we could probably do it here. I'll have to fill in that water over there. This looks like a fairly safe place. If I keep a little bit of the water, it'll serve as kind of another buffer zone. And I should be able to do that. Yeah, so it's going to be like that. How many landfill on me? Not enough. Okay, let me go grab a little bit more landfill really quickly. We'll have to get power out there, of course. What did I just hit? I just smashed a pipe. Okay. Grab a couple stacks of landfill. Probably should stay to driving on the street, huh? There are a fair number of random pipes going through my bus area. Okay. Let's get out here and quickly throw down some power lines. No, I made the mistake of leaving my car behind, didn't I? Let me go back and grab it. Electricity's coming up slowly. Alright, so this is all going to need to get filled in, and then we're going to want to go probably something like this. Let's try that and take a look. Yeah, looks like that's plenty. Is the other one? There it goes. The other one hadn't popped in yet. This is going to need to go here, and yes, that will be enough landfill. You can see based on how long it's taking this to power it up. Oh yeah, I can't do that. fact, I need to use substations. I'm trying to remember. I think the thing I'm going to do, won't worry about powering this quite yet. I'm going to build one off in the corner here. So I have to know exactly where it is. So it's one in on each of those. So right there is the corner. And then we go 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I should probably be using ghost images for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 5, oops. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so I don't have the substation down here. In theory, that should exactly fit, yeah, one of these substations. And then the accumulators. So then we do a ring of accumulators. Like so. And then after that, I didn't mean to put those back in there. After that, we do mostly solar panels, except in the 2 of the corners. So I admit there was a little bit of fuzzy math in the when I put together this design, but I tested it in my previous playthrough and it seemed to be about right. It might be a little heavy on the accumulators, but not too much. Okay, so what do I do with the substations? Okay, get out of the car. So I'm just going to put down substation there, substation there, station there. The middle row is a little tricky. Add the middle box, I should say. So we got 2 substations. Wait. I'm busy. What is it? What's getting attacked? Two of my turrets up at that mining site were destroyed. Alright, well, I'll deal with that in a minute. So this has to go directly above the other one. There. And then one more out. Right there. And then this go right there, right on the edge. Okay. Now that that's powered, the robot should start filling that in. I'll deal with that in a second. Now we're going to create a blueprint. I don't really want to get rid of that blueprint, so I'm going to throw that in the blueprint book. Create a new blueprint. This. And we're going to start, so this one goes here. One goes here. Goes here. Goes there. Actually, I can trash these now. I don't need to hang on to them. I probably should keep a few substations though. This can get deconstructed. Anything else in here that needs to get deconstructed? It's still waiting for electricity to charge. What happened to all of our power shut down? Did we completely run out of coal? Just as I'm finally getting this thing done. Dang it. Ugh. There is no coal coming in here whatsoever. What happened? There is no coal here. The train gets stuck because there was a or are we just completely out? Well, now we're not doing any mining because there's no power to mine with. So go to the coal depot. Looks like we're basically just out, though. Yeah, all of these are now gone. Well, and there's not much coal in these either. Well, we're going to need more coal regardless. But if we could just get a little bit of the power done. This is kind of funny. We ran out of coal just as the solar is should just be starting to kick in, and we ran out of power. Oh. You just about died. Well, I suppose we'll have to go get more coal. The little bit that's left in the infinite coal places is not going to be enough, even if we restore full power to the mines. Well, the coal is up here. So I guess the thing to do then is to go get Farl. and start doing that. So that's what I'll do. We'll have to put the solar panel on, the solar power on hold. We do have some ghost images down there. If we ever get power up and running fully, it'll start getting built. But we may have to go get some more coal before that happens. Hopefully we'll have enough to run the mining drills for at least a little while longer. How do I want to do this? I think I want to back a little ways further down here, and we'll branch off this. Actually, what I should do, just back up just a scoosh, press start. There it goes. Press stop. Out. Ugh, I did not do that. Connect this up. Then we'll throw down some regular signals. I want a real signal here. Regular signal. Already a regular signal there. That's probably close enough. Okay. Then we're going to want a chain signal here. Chain signal here. Regular signal. Already a regular signal there. Again, it's probably close enough. A chain signal here. Don't want a regular signal there. Okay, that looks good. And then we need a power pole. There. And then we should just be able to go. Yeah, I know, I see the biter base down there, and I will deal with it. But I don't think I want to get any closer with Farl. So, stop there. We'll go kill this. It's actually quite a sizable base. Whoops, that one was not undamaged. That one was almost dead. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and set up this train station, and then set up the coal, and then hopefully get back to the solar panels, but that's going to have to happen in the next episode. So I will see you guys then as we continue to resolve with the power crisis, power crunch. We are almost to the other side of it, but not quite. Alright, until next time, everybody out there, have a terrific day.